HelloMovies.com. It is the Schmoes Know Movie Show. I'm Kristian.
And I am Mark. Kristian, this weekend in theaters, I know the people who read the book are very excited.
Yeah.
And I like the first movie. We're talking about the sequel to The Hunger Games, Catching Fire.
Yes, Catching Fire with Katniss Everdeen. She is a badass chick that does what? Boop! Shoots the arrows, does them really well.
Does not make that noise.
Does not make that noise, but we started thinking about it. What are you going to do? You're going to do a list about the best fire in movies?
Sure, Firestarter, Fire Down Below with Steven Seagal.
Let's talk about arrows, archers. Let's talk about the best ones in movie history. Who shoots the best bow? Mark, what do we got?
Okay, let's do a top 5 list as we always do here. And coming in at number 5, our 5th best archer in movie history. You saw him fairly recently hanging out with a lot of other superheroes. That would be Hawkeye, played by Jeremy Renner, and his name is Clint something.
Yeah, Hawkeye. And it's the reason that he makes the list because he's running around with most people on his crew have superpowers, and all he does is shoot arrows off the side of it, but the guy is precise.
It takes a lot of rocks to do what he did. Everybody else, like Iron Man, brings the most technically advanced suit possible to go fight aliens, and Hawkeye shows up with bow and arrow, with a 12th century technique, and it ends up actually working.
It's funny though too, because at the end of the Avengers, he shoots an arrow at Loki, and I remember Loki catches it, I'm like, ow, Hawkeye, and then it blows up, and you're like, oh, Hawkeye, nice moves. Guy's smart, knows how to shoot, and that's why he makes number 5 on the list.
He's like that dude that shows up to the basketball court wearing khakis, and he can still play.
He can shoot.
All right, Kristian, number 4 is?
Number 4 is Merida from the film Brave. Regardless of whether you think of the movie or not, this girl can shoot an arrow. She doesn't want to be a princess the way her mother wants her to be. She wants to shoot arrows and wants to be a soldier. And guess what? She can shoot.
That's right, because all the boys, they have this big archery contest every year, then Merida steps up and she crushes it. And unlike Hawkeye, who had all those other superhero pals to rely on, it's pretty much Merida's story in Brave, for at least the first half, and she is a very, very good archer. She's like the Gina Davis of cartoons. Gina Davis, very good real-life archer.
She pops in there when everybody's shooting those arrows, and she just puts them all to shame, and she's like 8. Boop, boop.
It never makes that noise.
No.
At number 3 is going to be one of your all-time favorites, RAMBO. Yeah, but we're not talking about machine guns or anything like that. Rambo is actually he was a trained woodsman, and he can go back in the day a little bit and do the...
I want to know where he learned his skill, because this guy, if it wasn't for how good 2 and 1 are, he'd definitely be number 1, because Rambo can shoot. And the best movie to see that, the example of that, is Rambo Part 2. He has every type of arrow, ones that blow up. He's blowing dudes up, literally whole bodies. The guy is just on it and can be in the middle of the mud and shoot an arrow and kill your face.
You heard that, kids. It's Rambo 2 and it's called First Blood. They try to confuse you, but you're smart. You'll figure it out. Who we got number 2, Kristian?
Number 2, this is tough. It was battle between 2 and 1, but you're gonna have to go with number 2, my friend. That would be Legolas from the Lord of the Rings trilogy and from the upcoming Hobbit movie.
Everybody's favorite elf, but he's not making toys. He's slinging arrows at probably the quickest clip I've ever seen. The guy, he's like in a 3-point contest, just as he's sliding down the stairs
and sliding down an elephant. Remember, in the Return of the King, he's flying an elephant, shooting arrows everywhere, and he's got that eye. He never sweats.
But in the 2 towers, it's also raining too, so he's doing it in less than ideal conditions, and he's still as accurate as you'll ever see an archer. So thank you for defending Middle Earth.
And as Viggo Mortensen says to him, which I think could be considered as racist, he says, "Tell me what your elf eyes see."
Yeah, it's probably... Don't say that in the Miami Dolphins locker room anytime soon.
All right,
at number 1 is the all-time greatest archer. You know him, you love him, Mr. Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent is the greatest archer.
That's absolutely not the case. You know who it's going to be. It's your favorite, and it's the character in general, because there's so many renditions of him, and that would be Robin Hood.
Robin of the Hood, so Robin of Locksley also. Now, I would probably think the Kevin Costner version first, simply because not only did he split the arrow at one point in the film, he also has that shot where he lights it on fire and the slow motion.
Over Errol Flynn?
Errol Flynn, I think, was more of a swordsman.
True.
Kind of Robin Hood. However, how about the animated Robin Hood, the Disney film?
Yeah.
He is a really, really good archer.
He puts the disguise on and goes through, but you could also look, and Russell Crowe's version as well.
Yeah, I think we're missing the best Robin Hood of all time, though. It is Carrie Elways in Prince of Tights. Men in Tights.
But they all shoot arrows very well because they are Robin of the Hood. Robin Locksley knew what he was doing and didn't use the sword as his first weapon. It was the bow and arrow, and he was the best at it, hence number 1 on this list.
Okay, now Kristian, let's do some honorable mentions, because we know that there's a lot of people that we missed that are great at shooting the old bow and arrow. There's some blue people that we forgot about, right?
Na'vi.
The Na'vi should be mentioned.
As a people.
As well as, how about in Gremlins 2? Remember when Gizmo dresses up like Rambo?
Oh, he's good,
and he lights it up?
And you also got got Burt Reynolds from Deliverance.
Yeah, Lewis in
going
Deliverance.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank God you bring that kind of camping trip.
Yeah, so I mean, that's it. Who do you guys think are the best archers in movie history? Comment below and tell us who we missed, if you like the list, or who should be moved around.
Yeah, and definitely tell us to like the list. This weekend in theaters is Hunger Games Catching Fire, so you probably want to go ahead and get your tickets now. That is going to be a big seller at the box office.
As well as The Delivery Man, that also comes out this week, so make sure you check that out. You have 2 movies, 2 big movies, and it is time at the theaters.
2 big schmoes for the movies.com. Schmoes No Movie Show. I'm Mark.
And I'm
That's Kristian. Don't try to catch fire. It really hurts.
Stay out of the sperm donor club.